Recording on. Oke, selanjutnya karena kita sudah di writing, kita kali ini akan mengambil take test untuk IELTS speaking mock-up test yang practice 1. Speaking sections. Di sini kita lihat ada 3 part. Yang pertama untuk introduction dan interview. Biasanya akan ditanya nama, apa pekerjaan, lalu tentang family dan activity, lalu selanjutnya akan ditanya dengan examiner. Kalau ini pertanyaan sudah kita terlihat bahwa ini ada 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pertanyaan. Pertanyaannya diantaranya, do you use computer? How then do you use your computer? What kind of activity involved using computer? How important is your computer to you? What kind of computer skill do you have? Terus part 2-nya, describe a new public place building you would like to visit. You should say where it is, what it's like, and how you knew this place, and explain why you would like to visit. Lalu untuk part 3, topic discussions, do you think a public building is important? Why do people need public building in their community, in your country? What kind of public building do people like to visit? What is most important to a public building design, location, or facilities? Do you think the appearance of public building is important? Which is important, preserve of old building or building new ones? Nah, itu dan soalnya kita akan coba teks questionsnya. General instructionnya dibagi 3 part. Akan ada di atas, katanya active timer ada, akan menggunakan komputer dan headset, lalu submit test, lalu bisa review recording and record again your response after completing, and before submission you can check required browser setting for recording. Lalu tes ini bisa kita skip, tes mikrofon dulu, tes mikrofon dulu, tes mikrofon dulu. Start exam. Start now. Okay, speak. I think nowadays anyone living and working in the office company can survive without a computer. Sure, phone and tablet are taking over, but they are just some things. The only difference are we walk around with the whole day and they are smaller. In fact, every day I use my laptop. I use it for studying, researching, entertaining, and also for shopping sometime. I work as a project manager in a company, and my interwork is on computer of my MacBook. So I use it very often. Apart from my work, with everything become online, it become very obvious to use computer to do the transaction and others household things online. I'm not very much into computer, but for some reason they tend to freak me out. I know that this day it's very important to know how to use them, and I do know the basic operations, but I prefer doing things out of my computer machine. Like there is more fun shopping in a real shop as compared to the online. You get to know people, spend time with them, and for me it is always better. Well, I use computer almost every day to work and to shop online, to play music, and to watch movie, I think. Well, I have just said that there are many activity involving using computer, such as sending email, surfing the web, watching movie, listening to music. Such as for the music, you can see you watch the Spider-Man, Harry Potter, and the Avenger movies. And beside, some people use computer for a specialized purpose, such as programming software, editing video or audio, and designing housing or something. My computer is indispensable part of my life. I sit in front of computer every day and I can't imagine one day without my computer because nowadays anyone living and working with computer that they use every day, even if the smartphone, it is represent of a computer in the same way. Well, I know how to install different kind of operating systems such as Mac OS, Windows, and Linux. Besides, I know how to use different software, including Microsoft Office family, the Photoshop or Illustrator, and other Pro Tools. And I also can replace some hardware or choose different compatible part to build a desktop. In the future, I would really like to learn computer animation and graphics someday, but I think it takes too long time to learn all the necessary technique and then practice creating such thing. It would be nice to, because it looks so interesting when you see someone else doing it. Kita tes suaranya. Okay, speak. I think nowadays anyone living and working in the office company can survive without a computer. Sure, phone and tablet are taking over, but they are just some things. The only difference are we walk around with the whole day and they are smaller. In fact, every day I use my laptop. I use it for studying, researching, entertaining, and also for shopping sometime. Bisa riset yang ini? I yes. I think nowadays anyone living and working in the office company can't survive without a computer. Sure, smartphone and tablet are taking over, but they are just in the same thing or the same way. The only difference are they we walk around with the whole days and they are smaller. In fact, every day I use my laptop. I use it for studying, researching, entertainment, and also for shopping sometimes. I work as a project manager in my company, and my entire work is on computer by my MacBook. So I use it very often. Apart from work, with everything become online. It become very obvious to use computer to do the transaction and other household things online. I am very much into computer. For some reason, they tend to freak me out. I know that this day it is very important to know how to use them, and I do know the basic operations. By I prefer doing things out of my computer machine, like there is more fun shopping in a real shop as a compared to the online. You get to know people, spend time with them, and for me, it is always better. Well, for conclusions, I use computer almost every day to do my work, to shop online, to play music, and to watch movies. Well, as I have just said, there are many kind of activity involving using computer, such as sending email, surfing web, watching movies, listening to music. For example, you can watching movie Spider-Man or Harry Potter on the Avengers movie as your favorite things. Besides, some people use computer for specialized purpose such as programming software, editing video or audio, and designing housing or something. My computer in is indispensable part of my life because I sit in front of my computer every day and I can't imagine one day without my computer because nowadays anyone living and working with computer that they use every day even it's smartphone. It is represent of a computer in the same way. Well, I know how to install different kind of operating systems such as macOS, Windows, and Linux. Besides, I know how to use different software, including like Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and some kind of Adobe Photoshop and others tools. And I also can replace some hardware or choose different compatible part to build a desktop. In the future, I would really like to learn some computer animations or graphics someday, but I think it's take a long time to learn all the necessary technique and they practice creating such thing. It would be nice though, but because it looks so interesting when you see someone else doing it. Okay, kita bisa tes. I think nowadays anyone living and working in the office company can't survive without a computer. Sure, smartphone and tablet are taking over, but they are just in the same thing or the same way. The only difference are we walk around the with the whole days and they are smaller. In fact, every day I use my laptop. I use it for studying, researching, entertainment, and also for software. Well, there are many public building or places which I would like to visit. Here, I would like to talk about the National Monument, or we can call it Monas, and it is located in Jakarta. It is a national monument with 132-meter obelisk in the center of Merdeka Square, central Jakarta, symbolizing the fight of Indonesia for Indonesia. It is the national monument of the Republic of Indonesia, built to commemorate the struggle for Indonesian independence. Constructions began in 1961 under the direction of the President Sukarno. Construction began in 1961 under direction Sukarno. Monas was opened to the public in 1975. It is topped by a flame covered with gold foil. The monument and museum are open daily from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. Western Indonesian time throughout the week except for the Monday when the monument is closed. Since April 2016, the monument always open during night time from 7 p.m. until 10 p.m. on Tuesday, Friday, and from 7 p.m. until midnight on Saturday and Sunday. I know this place basically from my parents after I grown up. I know it itself by school from my teacher and also information from the internet. Because the Monas or the National Monument is one of my interesting statue of national monument in Indonesia, and in there I have a huge part visit, spend time with my family there. Public buildings are important both socially and economically to the downtown area. Municipal official building, courthouse, library, public park, and post office are essential components of healthy downtown. These facilities draw many employee and user of public services who are likely to spend money at downtown business. Public space or public building are important asset to our cities. They provide people many opportunities to come together and engage with the community. If public space are successful, they are inclusive or diversity of group present in our cities and created social space for everyone in the social society to participate in. There are a lot different kind of public building and often it depends on the individual. I like to explore new places and there is one place which I have been planning to visit for quite some time now. Children and students are more likely to visit the library and they'll certainly to be going to their school on almost daily basis throughout the year. Many people like to visit public building, for example, library. And Indonesia, we have the National Library Indonesian, or you can call it Perpusnas. It is located in Gambir's south side from Merdeka Square, Jakarta. Other side, shopping mall are the most common public place people visit. They are convenient because people are able to compare different products they are interested in buying without much hassle. This is probably why they spring up like weed all over city where I currently live in. I think for the most part, all three are important. But if I had to rank them, I would say that this facility come in first place. People go to public for a purpose, and if they can achieve their goal, and the beauty of the building as well as its location become somewhat irrelevant. For example, an aesthetical pleasing mall that has just handful or some, it's likely thrift compared to the mall that has hundred of store. Then this is located in the ugly building. The locations is in some cases the least important factor. Other mall and airport are often located in the outskirts of a city, still visit in spite of difficulties that most people face traveling to and from them. I do believe it is important to the have beautiful building. I think just about everyone would prefer to live in a pretty environment, and architect seems to be paying attention to the patient with ever greater frequency. They know their design is going to last for many decades, and they don't want it to be blight on the landscape. I have fallen for the design of this tower of the library since it stand out. Recently, it has become famous landmark in the city. It was planned in the line with green building concept with 126 meter tall and has 24 floor. Moreover, meeting friend and read some book and thanks to wonderful appearance in the up building which will give you magnificent view. You can enjoy city while you are reading or learn something new. I would highly recommend that anyone visit to library to go there. As I mentioned before, I do believe it is important to building to be pleasant to the eye. However, if cost is concerned, design may take back a seat. I live in a city with a lot of buildings that are constructed hastily and cheaply as possible. From that now is most time nor much inclination to build beautiful building. They were designed and erected within months rather than years, and barely bonds basic design was chosen. That frankly, I feel a lot of this building should be demolished and replaced with something more up to date. Because they are so ugly, people are less likely to invest the fund necessary. They keep in good state of repair, and it's looking ever more likely that they will be replaced in the not too distant future. I would say both are equally important. They are been a lot of focus in recent year of maximizing land usage. As population density increase, the value of every square meter has skyrocketed, and this has led to some or building being replaced with the glass and concrete uh, monstrosity. Okay, thank you. Submit test. Oke, ini untuk speaking practice test. Recording akan di off. Terima kasih untuk